Okay, I recently posted a video involving 5 pairs of Zener cards, and I'll link that original performance in the description below. But after I post that video, one of my YouTube viewers wrote to me and claimed that the cards were not genuinely being mixed, and that some kind of trickery was being foisted upon the spectator. So what I'm going to do is perform that original effect as shown, but we'll have one card in each pair face up so that you can watch the cards being mixed thoroughly. Okay, so maybe we'll have the star at the bottom face up, and then maybe we'll have the wavy lines on top face up. Maybe the same thing here, circle face up. Maybe we'll have the cross at the bottom face up, and we could go either way here since we have an odd number. So maybe I'll have the square at the bottom face up. Okay, so if you remember, I gave the spectator the choice to stack these clockwise or counterclockwise. So why don't we do it in the opposite order to what I originally showed? I believe the spectator asked for clockwise. So we're going to go ahead and just stack counterclockwise this time. Very good. Okay, so what I did from there was a mange over, under, or under, over. Either one will work just fine. Okay, so I can kind of show you the cards up to this point. Okay, pretty big mess there. And then we did a down, under, the Australian shuffle. Okay, and I mentioned, and it is true, the down, under is a highly destructive shuffle. So if you have some kind of packet organization in mind, almost certainly it's utterly destroyed. So let me just kind of show you the mess we're making again. There we go. Okay, and then from there I actually allowed left-right shuffling into 2 piles, of course, with random stacking decided by you, the spectator. You want left on right? Now this you'll have to test for yourself. It is the case that you can perform as many left-right shuffles with random stacking as the spectator calls for. You can do this all day if you like. Okay, maybe they want left on right this time. Okay, so you can do one of those or 1,000 of them if you have the patience, or if the spectator has the patience. Okay, well there's the ordering of the cards at this point. And then if you remember, what I did was I spelled out a couple of the Zener symbol names. I spelled out circles, C-I-R-C-L-E-S, drop the rest on top. And then I spelled out squares, S-Q-U-A-R-E-S. Okay, let's just take a look at the state of affairs at this point. Well, that's interesting. Getting a bunch of grouping down there that we haven't seen before. Well, let's destroy that, because what I did next was as many even or odd up jogs that you would like. So here I'm jogging forward the even position cards with random stacking decided by you. You want left and right? Okay. And it is true, so you'll have to test this, because this is not a fib. You can perform as many of these as you like. Why don't we do a third one with random stacking decided by you. You want left on right or right on left. Okay, let's just take a look at the state of affairs here. Okay, I don't believe we've seen this organization yet. You want to rewind the video. Okay, but we're not done. We're going to perform something called the Charlier 1. And I mentioned that I would have a link in the description for that original performance so that you can learn that. But that makes a mess of things as well, as you can clearly see. And then from there, all we did was we just Klondike pairs to the table. Okay, that's all I did. Okay, so Klondike pairs to the table. Okay, and we'll go like this. Maybe we'll move it over so it's a bit more centered. Okay, and then I had a written prediction. Okay, and do you remember what the written prediction said? Well, the first part said there will be exactly 2 pairs of identical symbols. Okay, so that means there'll be 2 and only 2. Okay, so we won't have just 1 pair that matches, or 3 or 4 or 5 or 0. We'll have exactly 2. Okay, well right here that's a no match. We can see that. The other ones we don't know. So let's take a look at this one. Oh, that's a match. Okay. A couple of squares. Oh, a couple of circles. That's nice. So that's 2. We're just hoping that these aren't matches. Oh, they are not indeed. And I'm assuming that this can't be a match either. Okay. And then we actually discovered, that there's a second part to this prediction. Because I asked the question, well, if there's exactly 2 pairs of identical symbols, which ones are they that I predicted? We can see what they are in the outcome. But did I actually see that ahead of time? We opened up the prediction, and it says the circles and squares, of course. Okay. Okay. So I don't know if this viewer was just making mistakes and how they were performing this, but the mixing is genuine. When I'm giving you options to mix a number of times with random stacking, those are all real choices. Spectator decides so much of what's going on here that truly does affect the ending structure of the cards. And then in that previous video, I just point out one subtlety, one thing that you need to be aware of when you're stacking the original pairs. So you may want to watch that for that important step in the performance to be done correctly. Okay? And it's right at the beginning of the video, so you don't have to watch the whole video to see it. Okay, well, anyway, I hope this satisfies the skeptical viewer that, as you can see, those cards are being permuted. They're being moved all over the place in seemingly unpredictable ways. And really, the majority of the movement is actually being controlled and dictated by you, the spectator. Okay, so thank you for watching, and take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.